The date for the final MC Championship of the year was recently revealed, and in the same week its teams were announced. Let's discuss when it is, what the teams are, and how each team can win, including my ranking. This is everything we know so far about MCC 35. At exactly 5 PM GMT on Monday, November 20th, the MC Championship X account posted with this. Drumroll, the final MCC of 2023. See you all on Saturday, 9th December for MCC 35. So, MCC 35 will be exactly 4 weeks after the non-canon MCC party on Saturday, November 11th, which is the average gap length between events anyway. There was, as usual, a similar announcement in the MCC Discord server on screen here if you want to read that too. The start time for the event is 8 PM UK time, as always. Remember that the UK's time zone has changed from British Summer Time BST to Greenwich Mean Time GMT, but that already happened before MCC Party earlier this month, so MCC 35 will start at the same time as Party did if you're confused. To check if and how this affects the start time of MCC in your local area, be sure to use a time zone converter. I've linked one in the description below. The MCC 35 event poster on screen right now that was attached to the X date announcement post is a little different. This time, instead of the standard 10 team mascots, we have all the festive mascots laid out diagonally across the background, all of which have been used in December events since 2021. Of course, the Teal Turkeys mascot has won all 3 Christmas events so far, but could this change in MCC 35? Speaking of these mascots, this video would have been out sooner had it not been for the second tweet in the original X thread posted right after the date announcement. Teams being announced later this week. Don't say we didn't spoil you. So teams ended up being announced across Thursday the 23rd and Friday the 24th of November. So yes, we already have them, even though when we got them there was still over 2 weeks till the event, so it was a little earlier than usual. But now that we have them, let's once again talk through them now. I'll give you some thoughts and stay till the end for my current ranking of the teams. Let's start with the Red Reindeer, with Michael McShaw, Red Velvet Cake, Sapnap, and Captain Sparkles. Red Velvet Cake is finally on the team color he truly belongs on, red of course. Sapnap and Jordan team again after their 3rd place demise on another red colored team in MCC 30. Don't be fooled, they're meant to be PG, but as we saw in MCC 19 2 years ago now, it will be Jordan who breaks that rule first out of everyone on this team. Great PvP team, they do statistically towards the top in survival games and battle box, but they're also surprisingly strong at bingo but fast if we take their MCC 34 performances, which is when this game returned canonically. Next up are the Gingerbread Men, with Good Times with Scar, Beckyamon, Fire Breath Man, and Orange Juice TV. To me, this is simply OP, especially with Owen and Becky coming off the back of a splendid MCC party team up where they both dived into the top 12 individually, proving in that event that they're a force to be reckoned with in parkour tag and battle box. Add on to that Shane alongside his MCC 33 teammate Scar, and you've snagged yourself the #1 Sky Battle and Meltdown POV according to the stats, both of which they're first in the event for out of all of the teams, with Owen first individually for Meltdown by over 100 coins. Now we have the Yellow Yetis made up of Erid, False Symmetry, Purpled, and Rye Guy Rocky, aka 3/4 of the MCC 32 Aqua Axolotls, now with False instead of Kara Corvus. That team defied basically all expectations and reached Dodgebolt only to lose. But can they make it there again and redeem themselves? Oh wait, Purple's in the team, never mind about winning Dodgebolt. But if they do want that chance, the Yetis will need Rocket Beef Rush, which they're statistically first in the event for, thanks to both Purpled and False top 10 in this. If it means absolutely anything, they're also the strongest build mod team by almost 250 coins. But since we're only seeing this in non-canon events, I'll assume it means nothing. The mid-mistletoes have V Gumio, H-Bomb 94, Crinios, and In the Little Wood. This could be interpreted as a casual, non-competitive team, and I think in many ways it will be, but when it comes to team games, and I'm looking at Sands of Time and Bingo But Fast in particular, that's when H-Bomb's leadership can truly shine and where the mistletoes can amass huge points if picked late. Despite this, they're also mechanically well versed in combat, especially Martin just coming off the back of an impressive 4th individual in MCC Party. They also shine at holding the wall due to H-Bomb, Crinios, and Martin achieving high averages here. Almost halfway through all the teams with the Emerald Elves now, Awesome Dude, Gizzy Gaza, Puns, and Smallish Beans. Of course, the highlight of this team is the return of Gizzy, who besides popping up in non-canon such as the Pride events, was last seen canonically in MCC 18. Puns and Joel team up once again after their first time together in MCC 34, which feels so long ago now, even though it was only in September. It's because of all the non-canon shenanigans since then, one of which Awesome Dude on this team won. The Elves excel at parkour tag and Rocket Beef Rush, but this data is skewed by Gizzy's massive absence from the event, meaning he's actually never played RSR. Kicking off Day 2's team reveals were Solidarity, Cubfan, Jojo Solos, and Smager to form the Teal Turkeys. Jojo and Cub just teamed in MCC Party, and we're seeing this duo of Jojo and Smager for maybe like the 5th time now. Naturally, the pressure for this team to win is very high among the community and the event script writers. Last year saw Solidarity pull off a 1v3 in MCC 28 to continue the Turkey streak, so he's very loyal to this faction. Time will tell if he can keep that up for any longer. They barely edge out to be the statistical champions of parkour tag, but are also the best at Sands of Time and Grid Runners by a mile. Here are the Cerulean Candy Canes, consisting of Ant Venom, CBK, Shadoon 666, and the Orion Sound. This will certainly involve a split leadership position between the more experienced CPK and the more versatile Shadoon. It should be outrageously obvious by now that this is the Ace Race team of all time. time. Not only because Ant Venom had the training arc on the practice server, but everyone on this team will finish top 15 when the Yeti Sled Go map is picked. They're also easily the first place team in Parkour Warrior on average. It wouldn't be Christmas without the return of the Simmers on the Sapphire Santas with Vixella, Critic Zeus, Dr. Gluon, and James Turner as always. While we have seen most of the Simmers in several non-canon events this year, namely Scuff, Pride, and Party, they return in their full form with James Turner to complete this for fun squad. At least they're not last in survival games statistically, as somehow the Mint Mistletoes have managed to find themselves below the Simmers for this. No one on this team has a Season 3 coin yet, but the squad of Tapao, Pizza Hut, Sneak Snack, and Kara Corvus could change that. Tapao's second and final canon participation this year is once again with Pete on a purple team. Of course, the first time was MCC 32. Across all of 2022 and 2023 so far, there has been a combined dodgeball participation of 1 on this team from Kara Corvus and MCC 32, as mentioned earlier. So vengeance is on the table, especially as Tapao hasn't seen a canon finale since Season 1, and as for Pete and Sneak, they last saw that in 2021. The Penguins are second in the event for Parkour Warrior, but they dominate to get the other side over any other team, with Pete and Tapao both top 5 statistically in this. And for the final team of 2023, it's a hype one with Wally Bear, Shubble, Hannah XX Rose, and Kratzy. Bed Wars players Hannah and Wally get the redemption they've dreamed of since their shambolic MCC 33 stunt. As with many of Kratzy's seemingly OP teams in recent years, while this team may look too good to be true, and is certainly a present just like their team mascot, they could also underachieve. Though I will admit it's unlikely with the current hoplite grind from Dave and Hannah to make them a scary force in all things PvP. This team obviously outcompetes the rest in survival games and battle box, as they secure first in the event for both of these. And that's all the teams, but what else do we know so far about MCC 35? It's obviously a canon Christmas event, making it the 4th December event since MCC 13 on December 12, 2020 to wrap up Season 1, followed by MCC 19 on December 11, 2021, and just last year we had MCC 28 on December 3rd, 2022 to conclude Season 2. MCC 35 definitely won't mark the end of Season 3, as it only started this year, meaning there won't be an emotional season end credits bit after the event winners have been announced, just like we saw in MCCs 13 and 28, which, as I just mentioned, were the final events of their respective seasons. As a festive themed event, MCC 35 will obviously feature all the bells and whistles of the 3 previous Christmas events I just mentioned, including snowy decorations around the hub and in all the minigames. Sands of Time will, as always, be renamed as Snows of Time, so obviously the sand blocks needed to fill out the timer will be replaced with snow blocks. Most importantly, this event will see the return of the gift giving minigame in the hub between the games, where players can pick up gifts from present piles and deliver them to specific players to receive Decision Dome power-ups such as toy chickens and drums, or something bad like useless coal, chocolate, or eggnog. And just remember, every 7th canon event has had a major server issue. In MCC 7 that was bugs in Battle Box, in 14 we had the Space Race disaster and Hole in the Wall inconsistencies, in 21 Turbo could not grab an arrow outside the dodgeball arena, and in 28 the server crashed for everyone several times. And well, MCC 35 is once again another December event with a multiple of 7, so expect trouble and chaos among the festive atmosphere. And that's everything we know so far about MCC 35. Oh, and here's my current ranking of the teams, but they're obviously gonna change depending on the roster of games available, which we'll find out when the MCC 35 games graphic drops on Wednesday the 6th of December, and I'll be discussing that on the exact same day to uncover the festive game changes, so turn on post notifications so you don't miss that. Thank you to the Noxcrew and Samaja for everything they've done to run MCC this year, and here's hoping we don't get the 7th event curse once again. See ya, Minecraft champions!